Welcome to Sikbaggers YouTube channel. I'm Steve. Today, got a pretty short video for you, unlike the last probably 15 videos that we shot that were 20 to 30 minutes long because of the time it takes to install those parts. Today, very simple, definitely something that you can do at home. If you've seen our channel in the past, this 14 Street Glide back here is what we originally started our YouTube channel with. This bike looked like that when we purchased it back in 2015. So the bike was 99.5% bone stock when we bought it, and then over the years we've made it into this. Now in the back of my brain I knew it wasn't done, but I was like, yeah, it's done. You know, we did a color swap on it, we got all this stuff chromed out. I like it, I like the way it is. I don't want to change anything else about it. So this bike was originally charcoal pearl, like you saw in the picture. One of the first things we added to it was lower fairings with speaker pods because I wanted more speakers. And when we did the color swap, I got the lower fairings in the Zephyr Blue, and it was one of the last things I was going to put on. And I'm sitting there in between shooting, and I'm looking at the bike, and I'm like, man, I want to leave them off this time. I've had those lower fairings on there forever, and I even, for a minute, kind of kicked around the idea of just taking the engine guard completely off. I've seen some bikes out there that are running a wrapper fender and a chin spoiler and no engine guard, and it actually looked really good. Then I remembered something that a friend had told me years and years ago, that there's only two kinds of motorcycle riders in the world: those that have dropped their bike and those that haven't dropped it yet. I immediately was like, well, I've been riding 20 years and I haven't dropped my bike. And then it was like, okay, well, I haven't dropped it yet. And sure enough, about 4 years ago, I did a kind of a slow roll drop on a bike. I couldn't touch, and then my foot slipped, and then that was it. 1,000-pound bike, when that thing starts going, it's pretty well gonna go. So that left me with the stock engine guard with no lowers on it. So I jumped on the computer real quick, looked up Factory 47, found the engine guard. They got a couple of different ones that they make, but the one we're gonna be installing today is the Shield. And yes, I am gonna bring you over here and show you how to change an engine guard, but it really is only 3 bolts. Now today I'm gonna be installing the special bubble wrapped edition, and the bubble wrap is there and it's designed to add another layer of complete protection to the, I'm just kidding. Today, we got the Factory 47 Chrome Shield Highway Engine Guard. So I'm gonna get this up here on camera so you can see how clean this thing is. And when I say clean, I mean the build, not how shiny it is. Excellent, excellent chrome. The welds look amazing. Factory 47 logo out here on the outer edge. One other thing you need to know about this is those engine guards over there are 1.25 inches and these are 1.5 inches, so fatter. So I like this bigger look, but what's that mean to you? If you have highway pegs on your stock engine guard, that's 1.25 inches. These are 1.5 inches. So your highway pegs on your 1.25 inches won't fit on here. But Factory 47 also sells clamps in chrome or black that you can get for the 1.5 inch bars. Now back here on the Street Glide, we've got the floorboard mounted highway pegs from Zero 3D. Now we did a full video on this. It's a pretty popular video. A lot of people really like these. So with these not being mounted to my engine guard, I don't have to worry about it. So if you have these, don't worry about it. So like I said, super easy to do this. You've got a bolt right here on both sides. You have a center bolt up here. Now, if you're taking the chopped engine guard off and replacing it with a full size, you're gonna have 2 bolts here in the middle, and these bolts down here will still remain the same. So we're gonna get in here, hopefully without removing this floorboard to get to this bolt. If I can get this to break loose. Yeah. I'm gonna take this, we're gonna get it loose. Same thing on the other side, right below your rear master cylinder. You got another one. We're gonna get it loose, and then we're gonna be smart and cover up our front fender, because if this thing falls down, you definitely don't want that smacking your fender. Now those 2 bolts down there were a Torx 40, and this one up here is a 1/4 inch Allen. Your top bolt, so we're gonna get in here, break this one loose. Now that I have all 3 loose, I would like the top bolt to stay in. If you remove that top one first, you're gonna take the chance of this going down and smacking your fender. So we got it most of the way out, but it's holding the weight of the engine guard. Go ahead and get this other one out. Finish taking this top bolt out. Now we're gonna pull this down. Now because my bike's on air ride and I had it lowered down, super close between the fender and the chin spoiler, so I'm gonna bump that up just a little, give myself a little bit more room sneak this one out. Now from here, you can put a blanket down or a piece of foam, whatever you want to do, because if you've got to sneak that through there, you don't want that scraping on the ground. When you go to put this in, you'll see this side has the nut on it. So this side's the front. You're going to slip this behind the frame, set it on there, because that's what your bolt goes in. So your bolt goes through the frame and then into this. I'll try and get it right there, just like that. Now before we put it on, we're going to take some medium strength Loctite. I don't care what brand you use, just get some medium strength thread locker. Make sure that your bolt is clean from any other thread locker that may have been on there. Go ahead and put some on there and set it there and have that ready. We're going to do the same. We're going to slip our top in, and then we're going to start our bolt and then put our bottom ones in. So before I put that bolt in, I can already see I'm going to have a little bit of an issue right here with this Kuryakyn chrome neck cover. As you can see, this bar seems to set down lower than the OEM one. This is the cutout for the OEM one, and this one's setting down a little bit. And when I pull this back, it's actually hitting that chrome. So I may have to make a modification to that chrome cover. If I do, it's not a big deal. I don't even think they sell these anymore. Kuryakyn's pretty well, who knows the whole story behind what's going on with Kuryakyn, but whatever. You can't find stuff like this anymore, and it's been on here forever. So I may have to make a small modification to that. So I'm going to grind this down with a Dremel tool, because once the engine guard is on there, you're not going to be able to see that anyway, but I will have a little bit of a space here at the top. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Took the old Dremel tool with a tungsten carbide bit on the end and just shaved off the little nipple on the end and went right on. So took about 3 minutes. Could have probably left the camera on, but I wasn't sure what I was getting into. But anyway, we got it figured out. It wasn't that big of a deal. Now our bottom bolts have some rust and some old thread locker on there, so I'm going to take my thread chaser kit. This is not a tap and die kit. This is designed to chase threads and clean them. This bolt should be a 3/8 coarse thread, which it is. So we're going to run this through. I thought it was going to be a lot tighter than that. It's going to grab a wrench, but I can pretty well do this by hand. We're going to run that up and down those threads real good. That cleans that Loctite or whatever else was on there. Got that off. You can purchase these on Amazon for about 25 bucks. They come in super handy for removing, especially OEM Harley Davidson Loctite, because they really like that stuff and they cake it on there good. I'm going to get this rust off while I got it out. I'm just going to take it over to the bench grinder and get it off. Much better. Ready to go back in. Same thing. Blue Loctite. Going to pull this up into place. So we're going to finish tightening these up and then we'll torque it down. For you torque spec gurus out there, 15 to 20 foot-pounds on the bottom, 22 to 28 foot-pounds on the top. Now I know this video was a short and an easy one, but hopefully with the information I gave you at the beginning and then showing this, you can make an informed decision on whether or not you want the Factory 47 Shield engine guard on your bike. If you like this video, please hit the like button. It helps our channel tremendously just by making that little click. It doesn't cost you anything. Helps us greatly to come back out here and make more videos for you. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel because we got over 250 bagger and softail related install, reviews, and maintenance videos to help you work on your bike. Make sure to tell your friends about us. I'm going to get out of here, get myself back to work. I hope to see you in the next video, but until then, as always, be safe, keep your knees in the breeze. Hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out our videos today. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, hit the little subscribe button popping up over here. If you want to check out more of our content, I've got 2 videos right here that'll get you started. Not really going to say anything else, just click one of those videos and take you to another video.